Hi everybody, welcome to the Manifold channel. Today we're going to learn how to create 3-channel images, RGB images, from 4-channel images, say for example RGBA images, and we're going to do that of course using the wonderful new join dialog. We're looking at Manifold Release 9, and all this works in the free Manifold viewer as well. And the example image that we're going to use is the 4-channel image of a region near Redding, California, that's in the northern part of California, that we downloaded from the National Agriculture Imagery Program, and it's called Redding. And here in the contents pane, we can see that it has 4 channels that are all unsigned integers in each of the 4 channels. And what we can do is we can manipulate this image if we like. Let's zoom in here to a more interesting part of the display, and let's create a false color infrared image from this. And the way we can do that, I'll just do this very quickly. It's been featured in a different video. Is I'll do so-called self-join, where I assign channel 3 to channel 0, and channel 0 to channel 1, and channel 1 to channel 2, and we're going to leave channel 3 as is. That's the infrared channel. Click Join Component, and what that'll do is that'll create a false color infrared image where the red part of the image is taken from the infrared channel, the 4th channel, and the green channel here is being driven by by the former red channel, and the blue channel is driven by the former green channel. I know this sounds confusing, but that's the way this stuff works. If we look in the style pane, we can see that the way Manifold is displaying this image is it's just using channels 0, 1, and 2, and it's ignoring the 4th channel. It's pretending that that's an alpha channel that is transparency, but it's not using it. And now when we export this image, if we right click on Redding and choose Export, say we export it as a TIFF, what's going to happen is that it's going to export as a 4-channel image, because all 4 channels are there. Now, when we open that TIFF using other software might not know, like the way Manifold does, to be able to treat that 4th channel image as a 4th channel image as some sort of functional channel, as transparency or whatever. And what most viewing software packages will do is if an image has 4 channels, even if that 4th channel is supposed to be infrared, they're going to treat that 4th channel as if it's an alpha transparency channel. And the effect will be something like this. We can fake it. We can tell Manifold to force use of that 4th channel as an alpha transparency channel using RGBA. Now we click Update Style. This is what you're going to see in many image viewing packages when you export the 4-channel image. And what's going on is it's using the 4th channel not as infrared, but it's using it to manipulate transparency. So where transparency is high, the background is being shown through. Now what we'd really want to do is in any software that we view this in, we want it to just show only these 3 channels. And the way we can force that to happen is when we export the images, instead of exporting it as a 4-channel image, we can export it as a 3-channel image. So to do that, we're going to create a 3-channel image. The quickest way to do that in a point-and-click way without using any SQL is to use the transform pane and use the channel option. We're going to export channel 0 from Redding, and here are the options. I can set the name of the resulting thing that I'm going to create. I'm going to call it Redding RGB tiles for the table, and the actual image I'm going to call that Redding RGB. So that's how I want my new component to be created. Now when I click Add Component, Manifold will export channel 0. It just exported, like what, 130 megabytes worth of data out to that new image that it created, and it created this guy right here, Redding RGB. If I double click that open, you can see this is a single channel image, just channel 0. Here in the component pane, we can see it's just an integer. There's no times 2 or times 3 or times 4. It's just a single channel. And if I want, what I can do is I can drag and drop that into the map so you can see what that is. And so this is just channel 0 from the Redding, the original 4-channel Redding image. So what I now want to do is I'm going to use the join dialog to add 2 channels from the Redding image, channel 1 and channel 2, to Redding RGB. So I'm going to create a Redding RGB as a 3-channel image. I'm going to add 2 more channels to that. The easiest way to do that with the focus on the Redding RGB layer is to click Edit Join. And here's the target, Redding RGB. The joined image is going to be Redding. And here I'm going to click Add because I want to add fields or channels. I'm going to add channel 1 and channel 2. Notice how we can choose multiple channels at once to add at the same time. Click OK. And what we're telling the join dialog to do now is from the Redding 4-channel image to take channel 1 and channel 2 and add them to the Redding RGB image by adding 2 new channels called channel 1 and channel 2. So that's going to create a 3-channel. The Redding RGB image right now is just a single channel image of channel 0. We're going to add 2 more channels and we're going to populate those, and the result is going to be 3 channels with all three channels 0, 1, and 2 taken from the original Reading image. Click Join Component, and off we go. Now what you'll see is that when this lights up, Reading RGB will have kind of a funny display to it because we haven't yet told Manifold how to use those channels and what channel ordering. By default, it's doing BGR ordering, which is how the channels actually appear in storage, and that's easy to change. What we do is I'm going to click on this layer and then click back here so that Manifold can refresh everything. And now here in the style dialog, in the selector, assign channel selector, instead of using BGR, I'm going to tell it to use RGB. Click Update Style, and there, it's now using RGB. Manifold always makes pretend that images that it's showing you are 4 channels, so you can optionally, if you like, force a transparency effect through here if you want to do it, but only these 3 channels are the ones that are actually being used. If I take a look at the component pane, I can see that here for Reading RGB, there are 3 channels to it. There's 3 channels, each of which is an unsigned integer. Reading here is 4 channels. Here's Reading RGB is 3 channels. We've taken just 3 channels from the Reading image and we've put them here into Reading RGB. So Reading RGB now has only 3 channels in it. When we export it as a TIFF, if we right-click on it and choose Export, and then we export it as a TIFF or any other format, it's only going to have 3 channels image in it, and it's not going to confuse any software that doesn't understand how to handle the 4th channel, but maybe wants to be helpful and show you the infrared channel as transparency or something like that. So this is very easy to do. If you get rid of all the discussion that we've done, if you get rid of how we created the original false color image and all that, we really created that 3-channel image from 4 channels in maybe a minute, if that. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and goodbye from Manifold Land. Well, that was fun. If you want to see more, visit us at www.manifold.net. As always, Manifold delivers the world's most advanced, highest quality spatial products for GIS and DBMS at a low price that you can afford. Once again, that's manifold.net. See you soon.